we are doing on this one, we are figuring out the roots of a polynomial function. So sometimes you'll have a polynomial that's of a higher degree and you might not be able to factor it. And so without a calculator, you need to have a way to figure out what the zeros might be. Like you need some approach. Because if you can't factor it and you don't have your calculator to graph it, it's a little bit tricky to find that. So this is a method that you can use. It's called, I just call it your P over Q test. So P is, it comes from your constant. So in this first one, you guys see the -6 here? That's where the values of your P are going to come from, factors of that 6. And then Q comes from the leading coefficient. So the stuff in the middle means nothing for right now. Okay? So we're going to make our P over Q list. What this gives us is the possible rational roots. It's not saying that every one of these numbers works, but it at least narrows it down to, okay, now you have a list of a few things you could try with your synthetic division to see what actually gives you a remainder of 0. Okay? So, what are the factors of 6? It doesn't matter that it's a -6. What multiplies together to give you 6? 2 and 3, what else? Okay, so I'm going to write 1, 2, 3, 6. I'm going to put a plus or minus at the front of that list, because technically positive or negative of all of those terms could give you -6, +6. The sign doesn't matter, you just have to account for all positives and negatives when you're doing this, okay? All right, over then, factors of your leading coefficient. Well, our leading coefficient is 2, so how do you get 2? 1 times 2, right? Or do you see -1 times -2, how that would also work? Okay, so again, plus or minus in front of 1 and 2. Then we need to list the actual fractions. So again, I'm just going to put a plus or minus at the start of my list. And then I'm going to do all of the potential numerators over your first denominator, and then all of the numerators over the second denominator. So I'm going to do 1 over 1, which is 1, 2 over 1, which is 2, 3, 6. And then I start over again, putting them with 2 as the denominator. So I'm going to have 1/2. 2 halves, that's just 1, right? So do I need to list it again? No. Okay. 3 halves I need. What about 6 halves? No, I already have that. Okay. So that's it. If I ask you for the possible rational roots, possible rational roots. That's all I want you to do. Please don't do more work than that if I just say list of possible, okay? Don't actually find them, just give me all the possibilities. All right, so I want you to try this g of x one here. And again, you're just making the list of the p over q's. You can actually try both, g of x and f of x. I'll give you a minute and then I'll put the answers up here for you. P over q, constant over leading coefficient.
This person didn't label their point, but they have -16 here.
Just circle the graph and then I'll figure it out in the end. Thanks. Bless you. Everybody's all sneezy today. So whichever one you want to do is fine. Just. I don't know where you got the two, but just. Get back to your neighbor, compare. The second one has a little longer list than the first one. Okay. Again, just have some sort of organization to how you make your final answers. Don't just randomly put P's over Q's, okay? You'll miss something in the end. But if they reduce and you already have it, you're okay. So I don't actually have to sign that. Guys, if you need to go to the bathroom at any point during class, there's 2 hall passes up here. Just grab one of those and you can go to the bathroom. Okay? All right, guys, let's look at them. So for the g of x, my constant was 2. So factors of that are just plus or minus 1 and 2, right? Leading coefficient is 8. A few more factors there. 1, 2, 4, 8. Okay. Now, your final answers, the way you write your fractions, plus or minus, have a system, guys. I usually do the first numerator over everything, or you can do all of the numerators over the first denominator and over the second. It doesn't matter. Just have some sort of system that you go in an organized way. I'll do 1 over 1, and then I'll do 2 over 1. Then I'll do 1 over 2, and then would be 2 over 2. Do I need that? No? Okay. 1 over 4, 2 over 4, I already have, and then 1 over 8, 2 over 8, I already have. Okay, so that's it for that one. Did we do okay? Again, depending on how you wrote them, you might have them in a different order, but make sure all 5 of those are there. Okay, so then the f of x one. A few more numbers on this one. 6 could have been 1, 2, 3, 6, and 10 could be 1, 2, 5, 10. So make sure you don't miss any. So I'm going to do 1 over 1, 2 over 1, 3 over 1, 6 over 1. 1 over 2, 2 over 2 I don't need. Yeah. That's fine.
So you don't have to do like 2 over 1, 2 over 2, 2 over
I did, but they reduced. So 2 over 1 is the 2. But what is 2 over 2? I already have that. What's 2 over 4? I already have that. What's 2 over 8? And I already have that. Yes. So yes, you do have to do them, but if they repeat, don't list them. Okay? All right, so same thing here. Like I'm getting to 2 over 2. I don't need to write that one again. 3 over 2 I need. 6 over 2 I don't. All right, so then I start over. I'm doing 1 over 5. I need 2 over 5. I need 3 over 5. I need 6 over 5. I need 1 over 10. Do I need 2 over 10? Nope. I need 3 over 10. What about 6 over 10? No. Okay, so that is your list. A lot more of them in that group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 12 of them, so check to see that you have all 12. Anybody stuck anywhere? Okay. What this is leading us to is we can now figure out which ones of these are actually roots of the problem. We're not going to do the f of x one with 12 to start with. We won't look at that one. We're going to try this problem. So we've been given 2x cubed plus 11x squared minus 7x minus 6. And they already did the p over q list for us. Plus or minus 1/2, 3/2, 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay? You have to pick a number to start doing synthetic division with. I wouldn't pick the fractions. Okay? That's just not where I would start. So I'd probably start with 1 or 2. Those are usually the easiest to do your synthetic division with. Remember, there's positives and negatives of all of these numbers. So what do you want to start with, guys? I really don't remember what works, so you tell me. What'd you say? -6. What a lovely place to start, huh? All right. Okay. We're going to do synthetic division. If it is a root, what do I want to see at the end? 0. No remainder. Okay. Bring down the 2. Multiply. Add. Multiply. Add. Multiply. Add. Well, look at that. All right, does that make sense to you guys why that one works? Okay, if you try one and it doesn't work, okay, just cross it out and move on to another number. You're testing until you find one that works. We are now at 2x squared minus x minus 1, right? Okay, it's x squared. Is that something that you could solve? Do you know how to solve? Like if I said this equals 0? Okay, we can factor. If something doesn't factor, you could solve with the quadratic formula or completing the square. Okay, so let's I'll give you guys a minute to factor because I know there's a lot of different factoring ways happening in here. So I'll give you a minute and then we'll see how you did. How's the factoring, guys? Did we get to 2x plus 1 times x minus 1? Yes? Okay. Again, if factoring is not your strong suit, next week, come and see me in Warhawk Time. We'll do some factoring review. It doesn't go away, okay? All right, so from here, what does x have to equal? Like, what are my solutions? -1/2, good. What else? 1. And then what solution did we find with synthetic division? -6, okay? All right, those are all rational solutions, okay? Rational just means it can be written as a fraction. Do you see that all of those numbers are in this list? Okay, if you had decided to start with 1 for your synthetic division, you would have gotten 0 as your remainder and you would have factored from there, okay? But if you picked 2, that's not going to work because that's not one of our solutions. So it's a little bit of luck with some of these when you start. Hopefully you're a good guesser on where to begin with your P over Q. On a test where time matters, I'll usually give you 1. Like there will be a question about make the list of P over Qs, and then there would be a separate question where I'm like, okay, x equals 3 is one of your solutions, find the rest. So that you aren't spending like a whole bunch of time with synthetic division and not finding any that work, okay? Just to help you out a little with time there. But so let's try this one. You're going to do the whole thing. You're going to make your P over Q list, and then you're going to do synthetic division until you find one that works, factor from there, and off you go, okay? So find your P over Qs to begin with. And then I'll give you some time. Team up with your neighbor if you want to when you're testing. You guys can test different values in your synthetic division. Yeah, during a test you can yell out, hey, 1 doesn't work. Okay, no, don't do that. Okay. You're right now.
We're going to be negative case. I don't know. Why not do one next year? We're doing.
Oh, so you did it all here. Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure you're seeing. Right here. If you're still on the synthetic vision, if you haven't tried, I don't know, 2, maybe I've tried 2.
It's been 2 years of the
Oh, and
Yeah, that's okay.
So tomorrow is the last day you stay. Okay. And then you're free. I know. The first week I did, I did all that before. Yeah, now this week. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, I know. Yeah.
Then you set those to 0. Yeah. Okay. So you get 3 solutions total.
I always get like
All right, guys. Okay, guys. Was everyone okay with the P over Q list? Yes? Okay. And then, oh, I don't know, maybe 2 worked. Okay. So now I'm at this 3x squared plus 4x minus 4, and I'm trying to find the rest of my solutions, so I factored. Again, as long as you factor, I don't care how you do it, as long as you do it correctly. I think that's what we were factored into, right? So then setting those factors equal to 0, my actual solutions end up being 2/3, -2. And then where does the third solution come from? Yeah, the one you did with synthetic division. Don't forget that guy, okay? That's a solution too. So we also have +2. How'd you do? Good? Okay. Let's try again. Yes, let's do this one. Don't do this one yet. First on this guy, what do you notice that's kind of weird about it? Just turn the page, I think it's on the back. It's not there. It does. What does it say on yours?
It's just as a different chart.
What are your directions say? Okay, so yes, we'll do that. But you do have that problem? Perfect. So that just means find the P over Q and then find the roots. Okay? You're good. So, what is your constant in this one? It's 8. It's not written in the right order, is it?
Oh.
I know. So we've got x to the 4th plus 2x cubed minus 9x squared minus 2x plus 8. What else is a little different about this one than the other ones we've done? Leading coefficient is 1, good, which actually makes our P over Q list a little easier. And guys, we'll skip this guy so you have more room to do all of the work on this one. So you can make your P over Q list over there. What's the degree of this one? 4th. All the others have been to the 3rd. We've been finding 3 solutions. How many solutions are we going to find on this one? 4. You might have to do your synthetic division twice because you're trying to get down to an x squared so that you can factor. Okay? So go ahead and start, make your P over Q list, start your synthetic division. Once somebody finds one that works, we're going to go through that together, and then I'll show you how to continue on from there. So guys, for P over Q, did you get 1, 2, 4, 8? Okay, anybody find one that works? 1, okay. All right, so I am now at x cubed plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 8, right? Everybody look up here. I want to make sure everybody's with me on this part. That's where we are, okay? You don't have to start over with your P over Q list, but you do need to do another round of synthetic division. So did anybody find another one that worked? Yeah, Harrison. 2, okay, so I'm going to do 2, but with these coefficients now, with this 1, 3, -6, -8. So if you want, you wouldn't have to write this and do it again. You could just continue your synthetic division from this step. That makes sense. I'm going to erase it and show you what I mean. Just say, all right, let's start with, you said 2? Okay. See how I have 0 at the end there? And now I am at x squared plus 5x plus 4. Okay. Is that something we could factor? Yes, okay. So we're going to factor and solve from there. So guys, I get 4 solutions. What are they?
2, 8.
Good. Does that make sense? How we kept going with our synthetic division? Okay. It's an approach you could use even if it's x squared and you're really struggling with the factoring. Like you could try another rational with your synthetic division until you find one that works if you're stuck. Okay. So let's do one more like that is to the 4th power. I just need to make one up real quick. Let's do one of these. Right on it. So, hold on. All right, guys, so let's change this one because I want you to have one that you have to do 2 rounds of synthetic division on. Let's say your y equals 2x to the 4th plus 5x cubed minus x squared make that minus, no, make that plus x squared. And then minus 3. I'm sorry, guys. This is what happens when I make it up quickly. Minus 5x, then minus 3. Whew. I'll double check my math here. Wait, I think I multiplied wrong, guys. This is a... All right, nobody write anything for a second. Okay, guys, changing numbers on you again. We get some 7s instead of 5s. Sorry, just got to make sure it actually works for you. Plus 7x cubed and then minus 7x, okay? We should be good. Ready to go. P over Q list. You can do this now. You'll have to do your synthetic division twice. Yeah, when I said wait, I'm changing numbers, don't write this down. That meant wait, I'm changing numbers. How you doing, guys? Did it? Good. So I finally wrote one that actually works as good as possible. But we can just do, because you put the plus and minus right out here. You could do 3, 4, because there's plus and minus. Same, I think 3 will probably do it. What's one that works, guys? Share. One, okay. So if you haven't tried one yet, okay. Have you started there? It's not bad.
No.
Are you guys doing okay with the 2 rounds of synthetic division? That makes sense?
No.
Yes, I've met the wait, no one write anything. You guys only figure out the first one comes out my mouth. I was just on the road to the front.
So I trained
Guys, if you didn't change the 5s to a 7, it doesn't work very well, okay? Quite a few, actually, because we've got 2 sets of homework to do. I'm not going to do all of them. All right, guys, let's go through this, and then we can talk about your homework. All right, so I said 1 worked, right? All right, guys, what's another one that works? -1. Okay, so I'm just going to do my next round of synthetic division right here. Okay. If you use different solutions in your synthetic division, you have a different thing to factor. That's okay. We should all still get the same 4 solutions at the end, though. Okay? So I'm going to factor this. All right, so my 4 solutions. Did you guys get 1, -1, -0.5, and -3? Yes? Okay. Good. We made it through my miswriting well. Okay, guys, so that's the end of notes. Let's look at homework, because I don't even want you to do odds. We've got 2 to look at. Let me grab a packet, because I know they're numbered weirdly. Okay. The one that we did first, the nonlinear inequalities, that's labeled as 1.4. Okay, so this is really confusing today. Labeled as 1.4. I want you to only do number 1, 2, 4, 5, and 11. Okay, so that's the homework page where number 11 is the last one. Are we okay with that? Okay. So then, homework 1.4, which was labeled as 1.3. Okay, you're going to do number 1. Three. 4, do 8 and 9. Okay? So, does everyone understand what we're doing? Try to make it more confusing next time, okay?